Hello, friends. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. Today's video is a get it all done spring clean, and we have everyone getting involved here. We have all 4 kids helping do chores inside and out today, and my husband, he's doing a lot of stuff outside while I am doing most of the stuff inside. So if you are needing to get motivated and get some things done around your house, or if you have some spring cleaning of your own that you're wanting to get done, go ahead and get up and let's clean together. Now that spring is here and warm weather is right around the corner, it is time to wrap up any loose ends that we have from winter time. While my husband was working outside on some bushes, he noticed that we had wasps in one of them, so he is going to be hopefully taking care of that. And then my son is going through, we cleaned out our fireplace and we don't really plan on using it much more, so he is vacuuming up like the soot and all that to get it cleaned so my daughter can go in and mop it with a mop and bucket. We also mowed for the first time. It seems so early. It's a little crazy, but my 2 older kids, they rotate mowing the yard and they help my husband. He usually will weed eat. We have a very large yard, so we kind of get everybody involved to do yard work around here. My husband, like I said, usually does all the weed eating, and then my older 2 will rotate like what parts of the yard they mow. While they were all doing that, my younger 2 boys were kind of gathering sticks and cleaning up the different areas of the yard. My husband was kind of keeping them busy with buckets and gathering different things, getting it out of the way, and just overall making it look nice and neat. While everybody was busy doing their chores and stuff outside, I was working on things inside, getting everything dusted and cleaned up, getting everything nice and neat, and really just wanting to start the week off fresh. We have been sick with the flu first. We've been sick with the flu for a couple weeks now. It's kind of made its way around our house, and thankfully we are all better now. We just kind of have that lingering cough. So other than that, though, we are finally healthy. And before the flu, we had a small cold. It was so minor, but we had that. And then of course our area was hit with the tornadoes, so that kind of threw everything out of whack. It has just been a wild last couple of weeks, so I am so excited to kind of get everything put back in its place, have everything nice and clean, and be able to just be for a minute. I'm starting in my bedroom with some dusting. I had my daughter go through and dry dust everything before all this for me because I get so stuffed up, congested, headaches, sneezing, everything. I think I'm just really allergic to dust, I guess. But anyway, I had her go through and dry dust for me, which I've never had her do that before. But I was hopeful that it would cut down on all that, and it really did. So unfortunately for her, I think that's going to have to be a habit of ours now because that just helped me out tremendously. Now, if you're wondering what she's doing, she's in my closet and, okay, a little bit of a story. So Ted, our larger dog, he is an insane jumper. He can jump over all of our fences in our yard. And it has become quite a problem because he then thinks he's playing when you try to get him to get back into the yard. So we have a separate dog yard for our dogs, and they can run around. It's actually quite large, and you'll see it in this video because my husband's going to be working in it. But anyway, he is very, very good at jumping all of our fences, all of our gates. And so because of that, we have a shock collar on him, and it's a radius one where the home of it, I'm not really sure what that's called, but the home of it is in our bedroom. And so it has the radius of almost the entire dog yard. and he just can't, it stops like 2 feet, I believe it is, from all the fence lines. So he can't jump over the fences or he would get shocked. And it does warn him before, so he knows. And as long as his collar's working and everything, it works great. It doesn't bother him, anything. So, however, excuse me, we have noticed that if we are running the vacuum in my bedroom where the home of his machine is, it will actually shock him outside while he's wearing it outside. So I will never vacuum anywhere near it if he is wearing the collar. And my daughter, she got the vacuum and she was going to be vacuuming a portion of my closet for me. And right before she turned it on, I was like, oh, wait, Ted's outside with his collar. So she was waiting in the closet for us to bring the dogs in and put them, in their area and get the collars off and everything. So then he would not get shocked. So short story long, she was just standing in the closet waiting. But yeah, if you have one of those machines, I'm curious if that does that to anyone else. It kind of sucks that we have to put one of those on him, but I'm just terrified that he is going to hurt a leg or hurt himself jumping over our fences. It just absolutely terrifies me. And like I said, he kind of thinks it's a game, and so he'll run around and he'll run into the road. I'm always afraid that he's going to get hit. So just as a safety reason, we have one of those collars for him. And we've also tried numerous other things. He is gonna be, I think he's gonna be 4 this year, and so as soon as he was large enough, he started jumping over our fences, and we have tried just about everything, it seems, to get him to stay. And he loves, I don't know, he just loves jumping. Even before we had that screen door, he would, there was a gate there, and he would jump over that, and golfers would be like up on the green just watching him jump back and forth into like the pool area in the dog yard. And it absolutely terrifies me that he is going to really injure himself. So yeah, we have that for now. But I'm curious if you also have one of those. Do you have that issue? It is just with vacuuming that I've noticed. That's the only time that it goes off, if I'm vacuuming near like the home thing and he doesn't even have to be wearing it. I can hear it going off. Like if it's like on the handle where we keep it. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah, she helped tremendously with my room. I was so grateful because I did not end this video just sneezing and coughing, stuffed up. I did not end like that. And I think it was a lot due to her helping with the dusting before I actually started getting into it. Lincoln had finished up his chores outside, and he snuck inside for a piece of cake while everybody else was finishing up their chores, but he was pretty excited about his slice of cake. I am all done with my bedroom, and I am moving on to the kitchen, getting it tidied up, and I want to wipe down all of our cabinets and drawers. I had done some of them by the stove not that long ago, the uppers. I washed all those not that long ago, so I won't be doing those, but everything else needed wiped down. It just seemed like everything was sticky, and you know how after you're sick, it just feels like everything's covered in germs, and that's kind of how I felt. So I was trying to get everything clean and free of germs, I guess. I'm wanting to start these videos every Monday, kind of like a motivational Monday type of video where we get together and clean and just really start our week out on the right foot. If you are new here, I also do a video. I try to do them every Friday where I post what my family eats throughout the week. Mostly it is dinner recipes, but I like to throw in breakfast and lunch ideas as well. And I really try to focus on family friendly and budget friendly meals. So if that is something that you're interested in, feel free to like and subscribe because I post those every Friday. And like I said, I'm wanting to also start doing a Monday motivational type of video where we clean together every Monday. I know I've asked previously, but it has been a while, so I will ask again. What kind of videos do you prefer? Do you prefer the chatty videos or the ones where I just clean and then there's music playing? Previously, when I have asked, everybody kind of wants the chattier videos, which ends up working out because I apparently am a pretty chatty person and end up talking through most of my videos anyway. But I'm curious, what is it that you like to watch? Do you like the chattier versions when you're watching a cleaning video, or do you like just the music playing so you can clean and you don't have to worry about really watching? You can just have it on and listening to music while we clean together. What is it that you like to watch?
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. On we'll go. Finding life.
I usually have someone that asks about the spray that I'm using in my spray bottles. I usually will have a water solution, like a warm water with a couple drops of a citrus essential oil in the warm water, and then a couple drops of Dawn dish soap. I use that on almost everything. I tend to be a little harsher in my bathrooms and will use more bleach and Clorox and stuff like that, just because I want to make sure that it's clean. And I don't use them as often, but every now and then I like to go through our bathrooms with a bleach cleaner. Any other time, I'm really just using the warm water solution in my spray bottle. For the cabinets that I'm cleaning now, I'm actually using this. I'll show it to you in a minute. It is a Clorox. I don't think it's bleach added though, but it's like a Clorox dish soap. I've never seen it before. I'm not sure if it's new, but I put a couple drops of that in some hot water, and then I am using a microfiber cloth, and I do switch them out. I only have a couple of colors, but I have a lot of them in those colors, so it might appear that I'm using the same one, but I'm not. I switch them out pretty regularly because I was actually surprised at how dirty the water from this was. But you know, when you have a million kids and they like spill everything all over your cabinets and stuff, it is such a good idea to spend some time every now and then and wipe down all your cabinets and knobs and all that stuff. And like I said, I just used warm water and a couple drops of this Clorox dish soap, and it worked really, really well. So I will show you that in just a minute, but I have never seen it before. I just randomly came across it and wanted to give it a try, but that is something that I'm going to end up adding to my list moving forward. And if you've been here for a really long time, one of my very first videos was in the fall. I redid this old dresser with my husband, and we added a top on it and made it into a kitchen island. It was one of my favorite videos, so it was from the fall if you want to go back and watch it. But the paint and everything held up really, really well, and you could see that I went through and I scrubbed it and everything with the water and soap and got it really cleaned very, very well. Nothing chipped off. It has held up so well. So if that is a project that you're interested in, I highly suggest going back and watching that video because it has held up so well, and it is one of my favorite projects that we did. Here is that water dump from my cabinets and the windowsill. I think that was it. Cabinets and windowsill. It was so filthy. I could not believe it. I mean, now that I see it, I'm like, well, you know what? I believe it because like I said, I mean, my kids, they'll spill tea on them or chocolate or everything, you name it. So I'm not really surprised that they were dirty, but also it's not like it's been that long since I've done it, so it's a little surprising.
And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Here's that Clorox dish soap that I used. I ended up using it in the water solution and then in the sinks here. I tested it out in the bathroom, like in the sinks and in the drains. I didn't use nearly as much as I used in the kitchen sinks, but um, a little tiny bit goes a long way, and it worked really, really well. So this is something that I'm actually really excited that I tried out because it's maybe one of my new favorite like cleaning things. So my husband offered to help clean the windows. I had done some already, but he offered to do the remaining ones, and I am not going to say no to that. So he is helping by doing the windows here for me. He has also mentioned how he's wanting to make more of an appearance on our channel and kind of help and be more of a part of it. So if you see a little bit more of him, that is why. And I'm excited for him to want to be more on the channel too. It is our channel and not just mine. So I am very excited to have him want to be on the channel a lot more.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone.
Is it just me, or is this a thing for other people too? Like when you mop the floors, um, It seems like as soon as I'm done mopping, someone spills something on it. Is that just a me problem, or do other people experience that? Because I swear every time, like I'll mop the floors, it will be so beautiful and nothing on them. It feels so great, but it doesn't last long because then I'll have, someone will spill something or knock something over, and it's like, "Oh, I just mopped." And it's the same with the windows. Every time it's without fail, like we'll clean the windows and then Ted will go and put like his wet dog nose on the window, and it's just like, oh, it doesn't end. Oh, and a little tip that I always do for like stuck on, I have like I said, I have kids that spill things on the floor. And so sometimes, you'll have like those little sticky spots. I have found that if I'm going to mop, I'll go around and I'll spray those sticky spots or things that are kind of stuck on with my spray that has the citrus oils in it. And I'll let that sit while I get the mop ready and everything like that. And then by the time I get to them, they like just come right off. There's no scraping or anything usually. So, little tip, if you have any of those spots like I do, just spray it with a citrus oil solution and it comes up really nicely. We are now outside, as you can see. My husband, he is going around and kind of just trimming bushes and doing all the little maintenance of the yard. This portion is part of our dog yard, so we're not in this area very much. The kids don't really play in this area. It's just primarily where the dogs are when they go outside. And then so we don't really have a lot back here, just these bushes that have really, some of them are okay. I think I trimmed the ones on the right last year, and then these ones just never got touched. So he's going through and cleaning them all up, getting them ready for spring, and having the yard look a lot nicer. I think I've previously mentioned in a different video about when we were talking about like projects and stuff that we're going to be working on this year. I believe I mentioned the deck that you can see just barely on the far left. The one on the far right of the house is actually our balcony out front. But the one that's on the far left is our back balcony, and it does not get used at all right now. And it comes off right by the pool area. So I'm wanting to do like a screened-in porch or a sunroom type of thing. So that is one of our big projects that we're actually planning to hopefully start here pretty soon. Now that the weather has gotten nicer, we're wanting to enclose the porch and get it kind of picked up. Before we moved in, the previous owner had a huge dog, like a Great Dane, I think it was. I don't know. It was giant. And it had a big dog house on this back deck. And so it was like it's fully enclosed, this deck in the dog yard. My hopes is to kind of shift a couple of the gates around a little bit so the dogs can still go through here, but it's not, just solely for the dog yard. And that's why it's not really used, because it's kind of cut off and it's in their area, and so they're kind of running all over it. But anyway, the previous owner had a huge dog that had a huge dog house on this back porch, and I think it's pretty old, and so it kind of has some warping to the wood and stuff like that we're going to need to fix the flooring of and just secure it a little better. But other than that, once we get all that done, we're hopefully going to make it into a really nice new seating area for our pool area. But yeah, that is one project that I have been antsy about for over a year now. I'm so excited to start it. That in my garden. Everything else is kind of on the back burner for me, but I'm trying to have patience. But yeah, we are hopefully going to be starting that really, really soon. This is now on the other side of our house by our front door. It kind of wraps around. Um, but this is actually going to be where our garden is. We had a greenhouse here when we first moved in. However, we are really exposed to the golf course, and there's not a lot of trees in the back of our house, just kind of like on both sides of our house. And the wind comes barreling down the golf course and kind of hits us a lot of the storms and stuff like that. So anyway, we had a really great greenhouse, and it wasn't one of those like flimsy ones. Like, it was legit and it was anchored and everything. But a couple years ago we had a storm take it out. So we don't have a greenhouse anymore, but I'm hoping that we can expand our garden here a little bit more and just have a bigger garden this year. So we had a small one last year. The last couple of years with our son, he was very sick and then he passed away last year. So with all of that chaos, we weren't really focused on our garden and we did not have hardly anything. But now I'm wanting to expand it this year, and I want to be able to can some things. So the garden is going to primarily be over in this area, which I don't think you can really see in this video. He was the one doing the taping, so this is kind of new to me too, but I don't think you can really see it that well. However, whenever we get to the garden and moving everything around and fencing it in, all that fun stuff, I will absolutely bring you guys all along for that. My husband Kyle is now back inside and he is tackling this sliding door. It goes out to our pool area. You can see the pool covered in the back. But this is probably the worst window that we have. I usually will just ignore this one when I'm cleaning. Honestly, I clean it ever so often. However, this is Ted's main window that he smears and he jumps on, because he will sit at this sliding door and it faces the back golf course and he can see when there's golfers right there on the green. So this is like his main area. Well, he'll lay there and he'll watch, and when a golfer pulls up, he gets all excited trying to talk to them, and and so this is the dirtiest window we have, unfortunately. So my husband is taking care of it. Thankfully I did not have to, but yeah, this is by far the worst one, and that's why you don't see me cleaning this one very often, because it's just like it's a losing battle with this one in particular. How is the temperatures and weather over by you? Like I said, we have had a crazy couple of weeks. Mother Nature has been a little wild so far this year with us, but right now it is so beautiful. We are like in the mid 70s right now. We have some days where we've hit 80s, and then there's a couple where it's a little cooler in the 60s, but it is so nice and beautiful. And I have like all the windows, doors open. There's this saying that's online. I'm trying to think of what it is, but it's like basically, I'm a house plant. That's me. I feel like I have to have sunshine. I struggle with anxiety and depression for years now, especially when we were going through everything with our son. But yeah, I do so much better when the weather is beautiful and sunny and I can open the windows and breathe fresh air. It is just a whole different me. I'm cleaning up all of our school stuff that was piled up there. And that marker that you just saw with the hand on it, I've been using just to kind of, I don't know, make school more interesting. We are a homeschooling family, and so sometimes you got to just mix it up a little bit. But there was something a week ago that was in my son's language arts, I think, and where it was asking for a pointer. And I have these little fake plastic hands, and so I put it on the end of a marker, and that's what I was using for the pointer, and the kids thought it was the funniest thing. So all four of them too, like my oldest, they were doing their own thing, and they thought it was funny too. And that's kind of been our thing ever since. We use this little hand, and it just kind of makes school a little bit more interesting and gives you something to giggle about. My husband is now moving on to his final window sliding door that he's cleaning. And he had told me after he was all done, when I went to go edit the video, he was like, "Oh, I left a surprise for you in one of the videos that I did." And so I did slow it down. You'll be able to see it. And it cuts a little bit of it off, but I don't know. It was so cute. He's excited to be a part of the channel more. And it was just kind of funny that the little quirks and things that he was adding to it.
I need my best friend. Oh my God. Don't do this. For I miss I need my best friend.
I'm just going through and tidying up the living room. We had some school supplies that was out on the coffee table. My boys, they like doing their schoolwork at the coffee table, so we read books and stuff on the couch, and we'll do all that kind of stuff at the coffee table. Usually if they're painting and doing other like crafts and things, we move them to the dining table, which is where my older two kids do their school. But the pillow that I was just holding, that actually they'll sit on the pillows right at the coffee table and do their schoolwork most of the time. So I was picking up the remainder of that. Luckily, our living room wasn't too messy. It didn't need a lot of picking up. My kids, they're pretty good about putting their school stuff away when they're all done with it. And nowadays that it is so nice outside, they spend a lot of time outside and aren't really inside kind of creating a mess. So there wasn't much to pick up. A lot of dog hair from our dog shedding, but other than that, it really wasn't that bad. And I think it was like a week, possibly 2 weeks ago, when I did our rugs, so they weren't that bad. It was just some minor dusting, and that was basically it. But by this point, we were all pretty over everything and just ready to get everything done so we could relax and have a nice dinner together and enjoy the rest of the evening together. But it felt so great too to have all of this done, to be able to wake up and have a whole new week and have your house clean. Oh, that is such a great feeling. And it truly was to have everybody pitch in, spend a couple of hours getting the house really clean, indoors, outdoors, and it just felt so good. So I am so grateful that we did do that, and it feels really great. And like I said earlier in the video, this is something that I'm hoping to be able to do more often, where I post a video and we're able to clean together, hopefully motivate each other to get some things done around the house. Um, it might not be a whole house clean every week, but I'm thinking a Monday motivational video where we do some stuff like this together, whether it be decluttering one part of our house or several parts of our house, just getting up motivated and being there for each other, I feel like is something that I could really use to help keep me on track with all of the cleaning and getting it done. And it's more fun with others anyway. So if that is something that you're interested in seeing every week, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way it will notify you and we can get motivated every Monday together.
Crowded places, feel it sinking in. Lonely faces, say you need a friend. No matter the distance, I will always be there. No more inhibition, I'll show you again. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights, I know. Getting hot, feeling low, and it's out of your control. You should know that I won't leave you. I'll stay beside you. I'm never letting you go. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights, I know. But I will guide you home.
There is still a couple minutes left of the video, but we are wrapping things up for the day. My husband's getting to just a couple last minute things outside that he was wanting to work on. The boys are picking up their stuff that they were playing with outside, and I have just about finished everything inside. I got all the floors cleaned, all the dusting, everything like that, all wiped down, picked up, everything. Here's some views of the sunset this evening. I thought it was so beautiful. You can see a cardinal came and was visiting next to our bird feeder in the back. I always love seeing the cardinals because they say when you see a cardinal that a loved one is near. So I always think of my son. I am finishing today's chores strong and getting all of the laundry done. We have a mountain, but it is not as big as it usually is, thankfully. So I am going to quickly get all this stuff folded and put away. I wish it was as easy and as quick as the snap of a finger, but unfortunately it never is. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending the day with me, and I hope you were able to get some stuff done around your house too. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Lonely faces, say you need a friend. No matter the distance, I will always be there. No more inhibition, I'll show you again. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights, I know. Getting hot, feeling low, You should know that I won't leave you. I'll stay behind.